Harry Burdick is in his second season as a member of the Montgomery Cheetahs hockey team. Harry is autistic.
This is how Harry communicates. He doesn't have spoken language at all.
He doesn't speak, but he's incredibly smart. His IQ is 145.
A-R-T, tell them I am smart. We did already.
Bright and early each Saturday morning, Harry comes to play hockey at the Cabin John Ice Rink in Bethesda.
It's like a little bit of normal childhood for him that he really has never been able to experience. He's on a team.
The Cheetahs hockey team is now in its 8th season. Today, the Cheetahs has more than 80 players with varying developmental disabilities.
Yeah, which color do you want to wear today? It can be your choice.
This one.
You do? All right.
All right,
Both
but
for you.
no, wait.
Oh, thanks.
This one. I don't want to get bad luck.
What makes the program really special was it actually emerged as a volunteer project to begin with. It was a bar mitzvah project for two 13-year-old boys. But oftentimes those are one go. It's 1 month, they run a project.
You want to be a goalie. It's a lot of equipment you got to wear, right? You want to give it a try?
To have something sustain itself like this is really one of the more amazing aspects. As a volunteer program, we see people come and go, but the volunteer leadership here is consistent.
Yeah, I'm always trying to get them to keep 2 hands on the stick, be prepared at all times, right?
Ed Crane is the father of Arjuna and Aramis, and he's also the mentor coordinator for the Cheetahs.
Arjun, your turn.
He told us when Arjuna arrived for his first day of practice, it didn't go so well.
And he hated it. He kicked and he screamed. He nearly took my fingers off, when I was putting the skates on him. But since I had played and I love the feeling of being in the rink, I just stayed with him. I practically held him up the entire first season, And then the mentor program started coming along, and he got used to being with somebody else, and he started liking it.
But along with getting weekly activity, being a part of the Cheetahs provides so much more to kids like Harry, Arjuna,
There's no reason why you couldn't take him out there.
and Aramis. It's on the ice where they get a sense of belonging.
It's hard for them to have normal friendships, right? Because in Arjuna's case, he doesn't communicate that well. He's now verbal. And Aramis, he doesn't understand how to keep continuity with other kids. So they wouldn't otherwise have the degree of friendships they have here, because this is the 8th year, multi-years for them. So they see the same people, and they get used to this environment and these people, and now they develop really strong bonds.
I think it's a sort of piece of the puzzle, and it helps him to make steps forward in lots of different ways. Having Marcelo, his mentor, has made a huge difference socially. Having that sort of typical peer who doesn't look down on him, who never questions whether Harry's intelligent or not, and just pulls him along, has made a huge difference.
Marcelo is one of the many mentors who volunteers with the Cheetahs, and he spends most of his time with Harry. Each week, the two of them are on the ice learning about hockey, and through that, they have formed a special bond, a first for Harry.
I'm dedicated to this, so I've been here every weekend that he's here, basically. And I mean, you have other dedications, so you can't be here every single weekend, but most of the weekends he's here, I'm here.
Does he make your life easier? He stops me falling down.
Whether you had friends or not, I still would have been friends, because he's just a great kid.
Is he your friend as well? Y-E-S.
Always making jokes. We went to dinner this one time. I was wearing these pink shoes, and he was just like, "So what's with the pink shoes?" And I just stood there, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you." So it was just really funny.
2 hands on your stick. Get that ring. Here we go.
But the Cheetahs has done more than just help the kids. It's here on Saturday mornings these parents feel welcome to share their experiences with others who can empathize and offer comfort and advice.
The community that's formed around it is probably one of the more impressive elements. It's not just the kids on the ice. In a lot of ways, it's the families that have found a network for themselves.
I don't have to be worried about my son having a temper tantrum. I can just be me, and he can be him. It's my outlet. It's the only place I can go to express how I feel, and the other parent says, "Oh yeah, I know."
Over the years, going from someone who struggled with taking direction and just kind of working with other kids into a kid who knows about teamwork and knows about playing the game of hockey.
Many of these kids go to school together. They know each other from therapy sessions. They've seen each other at doctor's offices. And it's allowed a social bond to form that's much more than just hockey.
This is a really rich resource, rich in information, because we talk about what we've done with our children, what works, what hasn't worked for us, and you got to remember that we're on the cutting edge. We can't wait 20 years for the controlled study to say, yeah, you know that thing you were thinking about 20 years ago? That would have helped your kid. You should have done it. It's like, no. So sometimes you end up throwing money after things that don't work, but here you get to narrow down the focus, because a lot of the families, especially the older ones, have been through a lot of these things that can help your child, and certainly we've been in that situation.
DONUTS. Help me get more donuts. It's kind of hard to get up on a Saturday morning at, the ridiculous o'clock. So it's knowing that those people are there is what sort of makes you make that journey every week.